Amid the floral tributes is one message which sums up the feelings of the grieving fans. It reads, "John Lennon may no longer be with us in body, but he will always be with us in spirit."
That was 35 years ago last month since the death of Beatles legend John Lennon. Marvin Scott there reporting on how the city was dealing with that loss. Well, Marvin's been on the front lines of countless big stories here in New York City and abroad.
Yeah, and a special anniversary. Marvin has been giving you the news that you need for 35 years tonight. PIX11's Rick Boone shows us the man behind those stories.
I'm Marvin Scott at the state capitol in Albany, at the White House.
He's a New York journalist that's covered more than 10,000 stories in 35 years at PIX11.
We have learned that there were at least 2 other recent fires in this building.
As much as I'm harnessed in here, I'm feeling my body lifting. There goes my glove.
Inducted into New York State Broadcasters Hall of Fame, 11-time Emmy Award-winning reporter Marvin Scott, who also anchored at PIX11 during his time here, actually began his journalistic career over 50 years ago in the same building that houses WPIX TV. Getting a chance as a teen selling this picture of a raging Bronx fire to the Daily News, which was once known as New York's picture newspaper at the time.
You could say that that fire ignited a career. I was right there. I got the picture. The Daily News paid me $25. I returned back to my building. All my neighbors wanted to know what happened. You could say at the age of 14, that was my first newscast on the corner of Mount Eden and Townsend Avenue in the Bronx.
His love for the other side of the camera has produced this wall of photographic history in his home. It's a who's who of icons.
Look at the skinny kid there with Harry Truman. He had just left office and he was at NBC, and I was there with a friend who was on a program. Martin Luther King, 1966 in Mississippi after James Meredith was shot.
But for Scott, those pics don't compare to his time with his family. A daughter that's followed in her pop's footsteps.
He was great. You know, he can be a hardline journalist, but he's also a big teddy bear, too.
And a son that's built a comedic career around being the kid of a news guy.
The guy's your father. Guy, your mother just told me what you did. Well, I'll tell you something, mister. You're in a lot of trouble. And you're going to get it when I get home. Tonight at 11.
Marvin, now a grandfather, says these little ones are giving him new energy like he's a teen again. Yep, that's Marvin on a playground.
I'm still 5. When I'm around them, I am a kid.
Clowning around, he says, comes natural. Cracking jokes, a normal thing. He and his wife, Lori, much like a comedy team, they say, at friends' parties.
Marvin is a big party animal. He can finish up from a day of work, get an impromptu phone call, come on up and meet us at whatever restaurant, and he's there.
A joy of life to Marvin, he says, is giving back to the community. That guy in the red suit with the beard, you guessed it, Marvin. But that's not all. He's been involved in many charities, especially for the military. He's done 5 visits to Iraq and Afghanistan to be with local soldiers during Christmas. And one of the investigative reports he's done was instrumental in creating New York State legislation, making it a crime for educators to give students advanced information on standardized tests. And New York giving back to him. This week, the American Academy of Hospitality Sciences thanking Marvin for his 35 years at PIX11. A continued fun journey for a little kid from the Bronx who now has a street sign where he lived, who has proven dreams can come true if you're determined never to fail.
I never give up. I'm still living the dream. I'm doing now what I wanted to do when I was a teenager growing up in the Bronx. And I'm grateful to all the New Yorkers who stop me on the street and say thank you.
And I will tell you what, Marvin Scott has more energy every single, he walks in here every single day with the same amount of
absolutely
get out and go and live shots and sources and
he's unbelievable. He never slows down.
Not to mention charity events.
Better than ever. And do you see him on the slide? And he's a party animal. I didn't even know this. I learned so much about Marvin. I know him well enough.
And his wife, Lori, is lovely.
Yeah, very, very much so.